What's going on, people? Some people just can't handle pure honesty. Um, I'm gonna try to make it short and to the point. Um, there was an elderly lady I was talking to her last night. Um, do you think that when people debate, when they like they call it arguing, right? Arguing. What do you think of when you think of arguing? Two people that's in a conversation and they ain't getting nowhere. Like you going back and forth, and both people, when they look at you, when we look at people, we basically going what's going through our mind. They both are making a fool of themselves. Both of them just looking stupid because you ain't getting nowhere like that. Because usually when a person is in a debate or something like that, usually you think of somebody who is saying something that would be contrary to what the other person is saying, right? It's really a controversy, and it's like really they can't really see eye to eye. They can't really come together on that one thing. You know what I mean? This one is saying it this way, and that one saying it this way. You looking at difference as different point of views of something, or different opinions, as you would call it. But when you talk about like things like sin, that is very sensitive to people. Like if you tell a person like how you overcame a certain sin, some people gonna look at it and view it as like, why in the hell is he telling you supposed to tell women that? Like this is what came up in the conversation last night. And I'm like, well, if I'm trying to give my people salvation, and if they need to know how to receive salvation, maybe you can give them a general idea of how to not do that again, or break that habit. You know what I'm saying? Breaking a habit, like it's like saying you overcame it. So when you put your mind to it, and I can just say, well, I can just use myself as an example, give them an example of how they can overcome this. You see what I'm saying? Because you never know who you might help. Your words can make a negative impact on people, or they can make a positive impact. It's gonna be either one. But when you're debating with somebody, usually you're kind of in your feelings. Now, I would say, even though I may be speaking a little truth, sometimes I think it's probably a little bit emotions on one side and more emotions from the other person on the other end, right? Uh, the emotions is dealing with how you feel, the feelings of it, what's going on, because you feel that when you feel a certain way that you don't like, usually it feels like it's like an attack. You see what I'm saying? And most people don't want to feel like what you're saying. It's like, why in the hell would he say that? You're saying something that it's going to question. You're going to have everybody looking at you in a way like, what? This is a weird ass individual. Why in the hell would he say some shit like this? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is going on up here? You know what I mean? That's how some people would perceive it. You know what I mean? And I get it. And I get it. You don't have to tell people everything. And I totally agree with you on that. You don't have to do that. But the way I was, from what I was saying, we're talking about being keeping it real. You see what I'm saying? Keeping it real. And when you're keeping it real, when you are totally just plain out pure, a lot of people can't handle that. Then some people is just not prepared is to accept realness, or accept my version of me saying how I overcame. Maybe some people is just not prepared mentally is to accept or receive what exactly where I'm coming from. You see what I'm saying? So maybe that may have a lot to do with it too. You see what I'm saying? Maybe the reason why the elderly person couldn't receive it. You see what I'm saying? Because maybe I'm thinking maybe it probably wasn't the right time to sell them. Maybe it was, even though I'm being honest, you know what I mean? Because I'm one of those. I came from a family tree where, like especially on I say on my father's side, we were very honest. You see what I'm saying? And honest and open. But a lot of people can't really take. Some people just ain't ready for certain things. You see what I'm saying? Some people not ready for it, and I'm thinking that maybe that's what probably triggered them. And if you come and they not prepared, then they're gonna be prepared just to throw blows at you. That's what I'm thinking. You see what I'm saying? So, um, I said, well, maybe that's because we do take things a bit different. You see what I'm saying? I said, well, that's your perception of it, but for me, I'm comfortable if I can let this out and let this person know what's going on or what they're dealing with or whatever. Because when you have overcame a sin, right, you're gonna feel pretty glad about it. You're gonna be so happy about it. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like if a person had won $1 million, right? You got friends around you that you know you can trust, that you can tell that to, right? And you know that they're genuine people. You're not gonna feel uncomfortable not saying anything, especially if you know the person is real genuine, right? If you know that the person is very genuine about what they're saying, you're going to be so excited, you're not going to want to keep what just happened, the positive thing that just transpired in your life. You're not going to feel comfortable with keeping that type of stuff to yourself if you want $1 million, right? You're not, especially if you know that the person is genuine and you know they're your real friend and you can actually talk to them that way. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna be at ease just sitting there not telling your friend what the deal is. You know what I mean? You're just not. So that's the same way it is. I would feel like if you excited about it and you was able to overcome that, you've defeated that. What you didn't allow it to overcome you, but you overcame it, right? So some people would be like, damn, why would you say that? You sound weird as hell for saying that. That's You're gonna be labeled all kinds of different things when you upfront with people. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna say you're crazy, they're gonna say something wrong with you, basically. If you tell them, well, look, this is what I did and this is how I overcame what I was dealing with. But most people are not willing and not going to look at it that way. Some of them is like, some people are going to be like, I don't give a damn how much you overcame this. And you disrespected me by saying this around my people, and I don't want go. No, 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 no. You totally out of line for this. No, I don't care how honesty you is. You can keep that honesty to yourself. That's how some people would look at it. I say, well, I did it because I felt the way I was looking at it. This will help somebody else overcome something that they've been struggling with for years. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said it, what I said. So a lot of people can't handle honesty. That's the title of the video. A lot of people cannot handle honesty. That's it. So I'm gonna come back and elaborate and talk a little bit more on that. I'll be back with another video. I'll talk about it. All right.